What's good, everybody? It's FREEDO here for Your Overwatch, and today we're going to be breaking down a Lucio gameplay. Lucio's actually one of my favorite heroes to play, and I really respect what he does for Overwatch and how integral he is. As you know, obviously, we go on and on about it on this channel, but it's true. There's a reason why the pros pick him like 95% of the time. We've belabored that point to death. But this gameplay, I want to show you what's possible with having a solid Lucio on your team that knows how to utilize what he can do and how much fun it can be. Now, in this gameplay, we were actually down 0-2 on Li Zhang. We just won the last point, but now we're on our grind back for the reverse sweep. We take this engagement quite well in this hallway and just have a numbers advantage and start fragging out. Here, I'm very low HP and I don't want to die, so I do a little shake and bake move to the outside before I get my healing up, and I don't pop amp here often early because I want to wait until it has the biggest impact, and that's the thing with amp, in my opinion, that you have to be careful about. Because it has a 12-second delay, you want to be very tactical on when you use it and when you pop it, because having speed and having the burst of healing that Lucio can do, even though it's not very much, needs to get big chunks of value. Because remember, if you have your healing song on passively, it'll heal 12 hit points a second, whereas when you amp it, it will do triple that for a few more seconds. So it's best when multiple of your teammates are low on health and try to amp it to heal all of them at once, rather than using it for single targets, because really, your single target healer, namely Ana, Mercy, Zen, whoever, should be healing that character, and you should reserve amp healing for when multiple of your teammates have it. That's how you get the most ult charge, the most overall healing, and I'm actually going to get quite a lot of healing by the end of this game, and that's one definite strategy for that. Also, being a little bit more reserved with your amp timings will keep that speed boost in your pocket for when you need it. A few examples of that will be highlighted later in the gameplay, but first we have quite an interesting play set up right here. One of the most fun things that you can do in the entirety of Overwatch while playing Lucio is booping Roadhogs after they hook, because it can deny their ability to follow up on the shot, which is exactly what happened. Our Ana got hooked, and I tried to do the cheeky sound barrier play. This is something that I personally am still learning the timings of, because when you press Q as Lucio, obviously there's a big delay until that effect is applied. I saw my teammate get hooked, I booped in a way to mitigate it, but then I realized that now our Ana is in their entire line and I should do something about that, and I hit Q a little bit too late and it didn't apply right away, whereas if I reacted immediately as the hook came in, I could have mitigated that damage. That's the kind of play that I'm trying to master myself while playing Lucio. And doing things like that can actually have a major swing in the game. Now, luckily, my team, after getting the sound barrier, knows that ultimates have to get value. I actually have a good team here. Because if we just pop sound barrier, have all this extra durability, and don't utilize it, it's just wasting an ult. So my team run in and wipe them, and I couldn't be more happy about that. Now, when you use sound barrier, oftentimes you may want to just use speed boost in order to get the engagement quickly while utilizing the extra durability that you have, but sometimes it may be important to heal as well, because your teammates may still have gotten injured underneath the sound barrier, and you want them to have good amount of health when they come out of it. So be sure to look out for that. Enemy team pops ults here, but don't really get the follow-up in the right way, whereas we seem to have a bit better focus fire. Lucio's damage isn't really immense, obviously, but it's enough to be able to follow up on Earth Shatters. If you hit those headshots, or at least follow up where you need it, you should still be using the same focus fire fundamentals with Lucio to try to make sure that you're focusing down the right targets. The way Overwatch is structured as a game, oftentimes duels and engagements go a lot better with just a little help from your friends, like the Beatles sang. You might think that your Lucio damage doesn't do a lot, but it can be that extra bit that if you focus it in the right way, that it can finish a frag that otherwise would have gotten away, which is massive. So with that being the case, try to make your Lucio aim as reliable as possible. He's very similar to Pharah in the way that you have to just be really patient and give respect to how far you have to lead your shots. Headshots are great, if you can go for them, do, but most importantly, don't just flail shots randomly. This entire engagement went quite oddly, actually, because we sped to the point we took the positioning on the objective so that the enemy had to funnel into our line of sight. Now, unfortunately, our Reinhardt does hit the pin, but he misses the pillar that would have stopped him to keep him in a reasonable distance away from us. So we do still cap the point, but we also send our supports in to try to go bail out our Reinhardt. because we could get the point there, but if we lose a frag there for free, then we're going to lose the following team fight no matter what, so we have to try to get some value on that initiation that he got, even though it was incredibly wonky. Between Ana's healing, Zarya bubbles, and my speed going in and bailing him out there, we were able to trade out the fight a bit so that he wasn't just a pure feed. Really exciting team play there. Now, they do pop ult in order to retake the point, but we were able to buckle slightly to yield them the ground when we didn't have the resources to defend it. Then when they pop ults, I can respond with the sound barrier in order to mitigate that damage, and we can re-engage. We pop Grev, follow up on that, and a really clean engagement allows us to take the win here. Again, another example of playing with the team. They're choking up a little bit closer than I'd like to, considering the fact that we have teammates in spawn, but he pops a good Earth Shatter to get a few free frags here, and we speed in to finish off the kills. That's an entire team fight in a big chunk of time based off that one Earth Shatter, and even though we didn't have our team there really to fight, the enemy team didn't have their full team before they went through the doors either, and they got punished for it. The speed boost there made sure that we could guarantee to overwhelm that fight to win it easily. We started to set up again, look for the retake, and I think that I'm safe behind my diva here, but for whatever reason, the hook doesn't connect with her. It sees me first, so hook 2.0, I don't know. In theory, I like to think if I keep a tank in front of me that I can't get hooked out, but it was a good shot by him. I had to be a bit farther back to avoid that. Ana goes down in the fight as well, so there's no way we're holding on to that. We set up to try to retake again, and our Rhine is in quite deeper than he should be. Before our team can get there, we're still coming out of spawn. Diva ult zones us out anyway, and this fight is over. Really here, since I already have my ult, I probably shouldn't be poking at all. I'm just feeding ult charge to the enemy team supports, even though it's quite a minuscule amount because I don't do that much damage at all. But either way, we go in, our Ryan's a little bit further ahead of us than I'd like again. He gets hooked in, but he responds with a quick Earth Shatter to knock them down, and I try to time my abilities so that they get the most value. I speed in to get us close to finish the frags. Once we're there, I switch to healing so our team stays alive, and then after the Earth Shatter effect is done, I pop Sound Barrier, all in that order to make sure each ability is getting the most out of it at that current time. We speed in to get close. Once we are, I swap to heal, and then to sustain and overwhelm the fight, I pop Sound Barrier. I don't pop Sound Barrier right away because most of our team is down and we're probably not going to die there anyway. Once the Earth Shatter effect has started to come off and more of their characters will be up on their feet again, whatever response play they were going to have, the Sound Barrier could have mitigated that. Now it's a foregone conclusion. We pretty much just walk towards them and win. So as long as we don't throw our lives away anywhere, we should simply just win the fight and be set up to only need one more team fight to win the entire game. But here on the retake, we want to close in on them with our tanks, and this is why Lucio is so crucial to the triple tank composition, because it gets the close range tanks in position very, very quickly. We speed boost to the left side, we get our nano in on the point, and their soldier sights can't even do anything. If he was on the high ground, maybe he could have, but being stuck on point with a tank that also has nano is not a good look for a soldier. It's not what he wants at all. I do boop away the Roadhog, but this guy has my number. He comes back out with barely any HP, has hook on cooldown, and gets me again. Feels bad, man. Luckily, my team have a massive numbers advantage at this point because we took the engagement so quickly and won it so overwhelmingly that there's nothing they really could have done from this point forward. They're in overtime now. Their respawns are going to be majorly delayed. Nearly impossible for them to retake without any massive ults here, which they don't have. They try to trickle in, we just clean it up, and that's it, guys. What an exciting game. And this is why I love Lucio, like the ability to shape those team fights, to speed in when you need to make sure your teammates have the follow-up, to get everybody together, doing the right thing at the right time. That's the incredibly fun thing about Lucio, and what makes him so effective. A lot of characters in Overwatch have to get into close range, or are severely punished for being at range for any amount of time. So speed boost closes the distance for those characters to get them where they need to be, and to make sure that you're following up on the plays that your teammates are making elsewhere on the map. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and this helps some of you aspiring Lucio players out there. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. It really does help us out. Subscribe for more. We upload each and every day. So you're going to want to hit the bell icon so you can join the notification squad so you can see when our videos go live. Link to the description. You can check out our Twitter, our Twitch page where we stream every day, and our Discord server so you can find the Lucio main of your dreams. That's been it for me. I've been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.